Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can turn on Apple Intelligence for your iPhone and what features you currently have available in iOS 18.2. So let's get right into it. Before we begin, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you're updated to iOS 18.2. So we're going to scroll up and we're going to head over to Settings. When you're in Settings, we're going to head over to General. Then we're going to head over to Software Update. If you have any available updates, they will show up here. And if you're all good to go like me, then we can get right into the next step. While we're still in settings, we're gonna head over to Apple Intelligence and Siri. And here we're gonna have an option to join the waitlist if you're not already joined with Apple Intelligence. So I'm already signed up. If you're not, you just click join waitlist and then give your phone like an hour or less, and your phone will notify you when it's time to fully enable Apple Intelligence on your device. And then you can start using Apple Intelligence features. You may need to wait for the models to download in the background, but once it's done, you're all good to go. So one of the new things with Siri is that it now has a completely new interface. So before we're used to the traditional like little Siri ball in the bottom of your screen, now Siri goes like around your display. So it's more like ingrained into the system and it's not just something that shows up there. So it's a lot nicer and gives Siri a nice fresh look. Apple has also improved Siri's language understanding and back-to-back response capabilities. So for instance, if I say, who was Juice WRLD? How old was he when he died? What was his most popular song? Play that song for me. As you can see, Siri does a great job at handling all those responses and gets me the information that I want. Another thing that we got alongside Siri is ChatGPT integration. So let's say you ask Siri a question that she doesn't know, she can automatically forward that to ChatGPT so you can still get a response. So let's say I ask, what recipes can I make with chicken? ChatGPT can give me a quick response, and it does this all without me needing to have an account tied in with my Apple device. So Apple is also masking all of your IP addresses so OpenAI doesn't link them to you, and all of your responses are not saved. So they're not used to train OpenAI models. And if you want, you can have Siri confirm with you to use ChatGPT so you're always in the know about whether it's Siri or if it's ChatGPT fulfilling your response. And ChatGPT isn't just within Siri, it's also within Notes. So let's say I go into Notes. If I click the little Apple Intelligence button, I can compose a whole writing piece based off something I requested to ChatGPT. So that is also nice if you want some inspiration for writing, or if you just want ChatGPT to make some edits. It's going to be nice to have that built into iOS. Another new feature we got is writing tools. So with writing tools, what's nice about these is it works across all of your apps. It does not need to be just Apple apps. It can be Gmail, it can be Google Slides, it can be Google Docs. It works in any of those apps. So you just have to select text in whatever your app you're using, and then you would just click writing tools. A little menu will pop up. You can either describe your change or you can use some of the pre-selected ones that are listed. So let's say I wrote a really long email and it's just way too much. I can just click concise. Apple Intelligence will analyze what I've written and it will condense it so it's not as long, but it still gets to the point. Or let's say I wrote this email, but I'm a little angry in it and I need to come off a little more friendly. I just click the friendly button and Apple Intelligence will analyze what I wrote and put it in a more friendly tone so I don't come across a little angry in my email. But it's nice because you also have options for data tables. So let's say you had a couple statistics written down and you want to organize it into a nice table. You can also do that with Apple Intelligence too. So another feature that we got with Apple Intelligence is notification summaries. So if you get like a bunch of notifications a lot, you may like this feature. It gives you the gist of whatever the app is trying to notify you about instead of like a whole list of notifications. But if you still want to view the full list, you just tap on it and you'll see all the notifications that are in the list. But you also get summaries for mail, and you also get this summarize button inside the native mail app too. So if you get like this very long email, you want to summarize it, tap summarize, you'll get a little gist of what the email is about. And if you're in a lot of group chats or you receive a lot of messages from one specific contact, you will see a quick summary that you can quickly read to see what the gist of what they had told you. So I find summaries pretty useful. Some people like it, some people don't. If it's something you don't like, you don't have to turn on. You will be asked when you initially set it up. So another new feature that we got is called Cleanup. When you first go to use Cleanup, keep in mind you will have to wait for the models to download, which is fairly quick. And once that's done, you'll be good to go. But with cleanup, it's intended for removing things from the background and not touching the subject. So if you're expecting to do like alterations to the main subject of a photo, it will not let you do it. It will just straight up not let you do it. But if there's something in the background, like let's say we have a photo bomber in the photo, or there's just an object that you really don't want in the background, you can go ahead and just remove it by either scrubbing over it, circling it, or just tapping on it. And it will just remove it and replace the background of whatever you removed. And it does a pretty good job in some cases it doesn't, but it is a beta feature, so do keep that in mind. All of these features that we're talking about today are all considered beta features, but it works well either way. And another feature that you can, or not feature, but another part of cleanup that you can do is you can just circle over the subject of a photo or someone in that photo, and it will apply a safety filter, which basically does like a Google Maps blur. So if you're trying to share a photo with someone but their face doesn't want to be featured in it, just do a circle and it will automatically blur their face and it'll be pixelated. So good tip to know. Let's say you're looking for an emoji and it doesn't exist. You can just create one with Genmoji. So to use Genmoji, you click the emoji button in the bottom left. Then in the top right, click this button and you'll be in the Genmoji UI. So for an example, let's say I want a dinosaur with sunglasses. The minute I finish typing, Genmoji starts generating. So once it's done, we'll have a couple of options. So we won't just have one. We'll be able to swipe through different options. So here we got one with some sunglasses. Here we got another version. We swipe through, we got another one. And it's just giving us different dinosaurs. And let's say we wanted to report a concern about this one because we think it needs to be better. We can click report a concern by tapping the three dots in the top right. But let's say I do like this one, I can just click add. It'll be added into my emoji keyboard. The other Apple Intelligence feature that's available is called Image Playground. So if we launch Image Playground, you'll have this app where you can just describe an image that you'd want and your phone can generate it. So let's say I want a dog wearing a scarf. I click send. Now the iPhone will generate the image of what I wanted. So here we go. And just like with Genmoji, it doesn't just generate one, it generates multiple versions of what you requested. So I can scroll through here. We have more than one dog. And if you just pick the one that you like, again, if you want to report an issue with something that was generated, you would also just click three dots as well, and you would be all good to go. You can also make images with people in your family or just in general in your photo library. You can use photos from your library to help Image Playground use to generate a new image. You have these themes here, so if you have, especially with people, you can have different themes and the image will be generated based off what you click on. But let's say you like the image, you would just click done in the top right hand corner. I also thought I should mention that you can also make Genmojis of people in your family as well. Finally, there's one more feature we should talk about, and it's reduced interruptions. This is not a major feature, but it is a useful one. So I've been using this for the last couple of weeks in replacement of Do Not Disturb, and the iPhone does a pretty good job of determining what notifications should come in and what notifications should not. So this is another good feature to try out if you want something to keep yourself focused, but you can still be in the know of the important things. And those are the features we currently have with Apple Intelligence. We still have more to come into the next year, but for now, enjoy the features we have, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.